Hey guys, here we are again. It's Chris and Aidan. Say hi.
Hi.
Today we're reacting to another Comics Explained video. Rob's got one on Apocalypse vs. Thanos. I have no idea what he's going into in this video, but these are two comic characters that have always been at the top of my lists. So I'm really interested to see this one. So, just say go.
Go.
So what I want to do here is make a video answering the question, exactly how powerful is Apocalypse in relation to other characters from around the Marvel universe. And what I'm hoping is that at the end of all this, you'll have had a little fun, but also learn a little bit more about my favorite villain and what he's capable of. So as we get into this, what we're going to do is we're going to divide this video into 3 sections, focusing on the strength of Apocalypse, followed by his ability to battle teams, and finally, we're going to ask the question, can he defeat Thanos? So the first part of our discussion on the team element of Apocalypse that I want to focus on comes during his introduction in X Factor under Walter and Louise Simonson. As the series saw the original 5 X-Men of Phoenix, Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, and Angel forming their own branch-off team, Apocalypse debuted in issue number 6, but didn't actually battle the team until issue number 24. As part of an ongoing story arc stretching between the pages of X Factor, New Mutants, Power Pack, Thor, Daredevil, and Uncanny X-Men, the Mutant Massacre and subsequent Follow Mutant story arcs dealt with a combination of the Morlocks being massacred in the sewers of New York, the Mutant Registration Act, and Apocalypse brainwashing Warren Worthington into becoming his Horseman Death, in addition to gathering Plague, Autumn Wolfson, and Abraham Kiros to operate as Famine, Pestilence, and War respectively. With the forces of Apocalypse engaging in battle against the X-Men, as in most cases, he sent the Horsemen against them to do his bidding. Now initially, the Horsemen were successful in capturing the X-Men, but once they were on board Apocalypse's ship and managed to get free, he faced off against them by himself. Because Apocalypse has the power to alter the molecular structure of his body and use any physical superhuman power, the X-Men were completely outmatched, and even after Archangel had turned against Apocalypse, there was really nothing they could do here but retreat and figure out how to defeat him some other way. Now this particular instance is only 4 X-Men, and while they were fighting Apocalypse, they were also dealing with a multitude of other things, including Warren Worthington becoming a villain and trying to keep Apocalypse's celestial ship from crashing into New York City, something they were unsuccessful in doing. And so the question I propose is this: what would it look like if Apocalypse took on a full contingent of the X-Men with no distractions? Well, the answer to this question comes with X Factor issue number 68, titled Bitter Sacrifices. Written by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont and centering on the efforts of Apocalypse in kidnapping Nathan Summers and infecting him with a techno-organic virus, Apocalypse had taken refuge on the blue area of the moon and formed a group called the Riders of the Storm, composed of various mutants and Inhumans. Well, the story saw Black Bolt, Cyclops, and the Inhumans and X-Men banding together in an effort to save the captured Inhumans and mutants. During the battle, Apocalypse fought both Cyclops and Black Bolt while simultaneously withstanding attacks from both heroes. Now what's particular about this is Black Bolt in that his voice is powerful enough to wipe out entire planets. The fact that Apocalypse is able to withstand such an attack is a testament to how powerful he truly is, regarding his ability to withstand attacks from his opponents. But what's also revealed to us is that Apocalypse's power is so vast that in order to ensure his survival, he has to transfer his energy from one host to another, due to the fact that his power quite literally burns out the body of the person he's inhabiting. Now having said that, I want to shift our focus to the Incredible Hulk. During Peter David's run, which has become the stuff of legend, in issue number 456, Apocalypse had single-handedly subdued the Hulk and held him against his will. Now this moment is a short one, and there's not much here to delve into regarding our discussion, but there's also one caveat that we have to talk about. This particular story, titled Apocalypse Remakes the Hulk Meet War, comes out of the Onslaught saga when the minds of Charles Xavier and Magneto had merged into a singular being who looked to dominate the world. Near the conclusion of the story, Jean Grey had separated the Hulk and Banner personas from one another, meaning that within the context of the story, Hulk has a finite amount of strength and does not get stronger as he gets angrier. While his strength is still massive compared to most everyone else, the fact remains that this modification to his character actually skews things a bit. And so to balance the scales, what I want to do is bring Thor into the picture, since he's also a character with incredible strength, and he can also help to provide a more comprehensive discussion. So Apocalypse's fight against Thor actually takes place in Uncanny Avengers issue number 6 from 2013. Coming biggest fallout from the Avengers vs. X-Men storyline in the Return of the Phoenix Force? One of the subplots in the story was that while the Avengers were consistently hailed as heroes, the X-Men were shunned by society despite having saved the world on several occasions. To this end, under Rick Remender, Marvel released Uncanny Avengers to operate as a combination of Avengers and X-Men working under the Avengers banner. Covering the early days of Odin's son's life as Thor, the story actually saw Apocalypse making his appearance and completely pummeling Odin's son. Jumping back to Scandinavia in 1013 AD, the events unfolded alongside Thor, the god of thunder, with issue number 3 illustrating that Odin's son was unable to lift Mjolnir for reasons that weren't fully explained. But regarding this story, the conflict between Apocalypse and Thor is rooted in the fact that Apocalypse has traveled to the past with the aid of Cain the Conqueror because Thor will present a challenge to Apocalypse's schemes later in the future. To this end, without Mjolnir, the battle between Odin's son and Apocalypse is pretty short, and that Thor is using Yarnbjorn, but is incapable of inflicting enough damage against Apocalypse to send him running. Instead, when Odin's son comes to the realization that he's outclassed, he retreats back to Asgard, seeking the wisdom of Odin. Now, where Odin rejects the request of Thor under the guise that his actions will lead to ruin in the future, Loki offers Odin's son the help he seeks in the form of an enchantment that allows the axe to pierce the celestial armor. Because Apocalypse uses celestial technology, when Thor returns to battle Apocalypse for a second time, he's able to pierce his armor and wound him severely enough that Apocalypse is forced to retreat. Now, something I want to point out here is that by himself, Thor was incapable of defeating Apocalypse despite his vast strength and Asgardian physiology. It wasn't until he enchanted his axe that he actually became a credible threat. And so, getting into the final part of our discussion, the question of whether or not Apocalypse can defeat Thanos is actually not a question we can answer directly since the two have never battled one another. Instead, we're going to have to answer this question in a roundabout way by referencing what we've discussed with Apocalypse so far, along with what Thanos has demonstrated within his own comics. So regarding Thanos, in truth, he has some big advantages over Apocalypse. For one, Thanos has spent a majority of his life in traversing the spaceways and has seen and done things Apocalypse never has. For example, during his search for the Infinity Stones, he met and overcame the Elders of the Universe, each of whom represented the last remaining member of their race. While I wouldn't say that all of them were incredibly powerful, something to take note of is that Thanos effectively duped them all instead of fighting them in a battle, which goes towards his level of intelligence in dealing with individuals who have existed for billions of years. Something else to note here is that during the Thanos 12-issue miniseries from 2003, in the first 6 issues, he faced off against Galactus, who intended to gather the Infinity Stones to cure his hunger. Now, when the story took a turn and saw that Galactus was being manipulated by a being from another reality, the fact remains that Thanos went toe-to-toe against one of the most powerful entities in the Marvel Universe without using an Infinity Gauntlet or enchantment of any kind. However, Apocalypse also has full access to the technological spectrum of the Celestials, a race of beings whose power is equal to, if not a little greater than Galactus. Furthermore, Apocalypse can alter the molecular structure of his body and potentially make it so dense that Thanos can't damage him. But in the end, we're talking about a situation with a being who has entered the realm of death and returned, battled a cosmic entity to a standstill, and attained control of the universe, going head-to-head against a villain who has routinely struggled to conquer the Earth. And so as much as I love Apocalypse, in truth, I have to give this one to Thanos, simply because the Mad Titan has seen and done too much and is far too powerful for any attack that Apocalypse can throw at him. With that being said, we're going to bring this video to an end, and let me know down in the comments section, what do you think? Do you think that Apocalypse can beat Thanos, or do you think that Thanos will always beat Apocalypse regardless of the circumstance? And I will catch you guys on it. Peace.
I think if it weren't for situational factors, there's no way Apocalypse could beat Thanos. No way. Thanos is way too powerful. But I mean, like I said, situational factors could change that. What do you think? Apocalypse or Thanos? Thanos? Well, you heard it from him. Why don't you tell me what you thought? Apocalypse or Thanos? Which side of the fight are you on? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye-bye-bye.